All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. I was just about to go to bed, and I don't know, the word sacrifice popped in my head. And the question is, what are you willing to sacrifice to obtain the level of success that you say that you say you're supposed to have? Because the one thing I've learned in the 55 years that I've been on this earth, and I mean the whole 55, even when I was 6 months old, there's a level of sacrifice that you have to make in order for you to obtain the level of success that you say you want to have in your life. If you're working in this entrepreneurial space, there's a level of success that you desire to have. And you need to figure out what level of what level of sacrifice you need to make in order to have that level of success. It doesn't come without sacrifice. And the biggest mistake that you can ever make is to try and have success without sacrifice. The less you're willing to sacrifice, the less stable your success is. What I'm saying is, you can have some level of success without sacrifice, but it's not going to be stable. It's going to be very shaky, very rocky, very, very iffy, because you don't understand the level of sacrifice that needs to be made to obtain success. And what makes it unstable is that there's going to come a point in which you got to really step your game up and really sacrifice something in order to get to the next level. And because you didn't do it at all or very little, when it comes time for you to really make a sacrifice, you're going to be very, very unwilling to do it. You're not going to believe that you can do it. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to avoid doing it. And that which you've accomplished will fall apart. There were sacrifices that I made in the beginning of this year, as we call it, journey of being a notary, that are paying off now. And I was making certain sacrifices that people told me I shouldn't make, I didn't need to make, and that they weren't going to ever do. And it's almost like I'm the last one standing. I see the results of the sacrifice I was willing to make. Taking orders when I was working my 9 to 5, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, getting up early Saturday morning, Sunday morning, all of that. I see that those sacrifices I made then are benefiting me now. Working hard to build those relationships, swallowing my pride, taming my tongue, curbing my attitude, all of that, in order for me to obtain the bigger prize. As many people say, pay now, play later. And I've made the investment into paying, and I'm actually still paying. I'm not at the play point at all. But I'm in the pay mode right now, doing what I got to do to sacrifice and to make what I need to do last long term. And sometimes hopping from opportunity to opportunity, that can be a distraction. It really can. You know, you're trying to move forward, but every time you try to make the necessary sacrifice in this area, something else pops up and say, hey, go do this. And what I had to learn was leave all that other stuff alone and focus on this one thing. Have other streams of income, but not to the level that they interfere with the main thing. And for me, the main thing is the notary. For you, it may not be the notary. It might be something else. But whatever that something else is, that's the main thing. You can't let the other stuff that you do to make money interfere with that. And that's a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice, because sometimes taking on certain types of streams of income can interfere, can be too much, and it overshadows what you really want to do. And that's one of the things that I've done to preserve what I'm trying to do as a notary, and it has paid off, okay? And it's continuing to pay off, because there's going to come a time where I'll be able to do those other things to make money. and I like where I'm going. So you got to take time out and decide what level of sacrifice you're willing to make in order for you to obtain the level of success that you say you want to have. Okay, and I say it that way because it's not. It, most people will say it. You need to figure out what level of sacrifice you need to make in order to have success. But who said? But who defined that level of success? And each one of us has taken time out to define it. So that's why I say the level of success that you say you want to have. When you started this, you said, I want to make this dollar amount. When you started this, you said, I want to get to a point where I can leave my job. And if that's it, then what level of sacrifice are you willing to make? And yes, it is somewhat intimidating. Some may call it scary or whatever the case may be to move from W-2 to entrepreneur. And it might take 4 or 5 years before you do that. But if that's the level of success that you want to have, then you got to start it at some point in time. And you got to figure out what level of sacrifice you need to make in order to get there. For each person, it's different. And that's why I always encourage you. You can hear what other people are saying, but you don't always listen to what everybody say. You don't have to always implement what they're saying that you need to, that they believe you need to do. Check it, verify it, so that it doesn't become a distraction and hinder you from what you say you want to accomplish in your life. Some of the things that people are told to do are not true sacrifices. They're not. You're not sacrificing anything. And that's where the biggest issue at right now is that people are doing everything they can not to sacrifice, but they want success. So much so, they're willing to lie and pretend like they got success so that you can give them all kind of fanfare. And that's even a distraction. So, what level of success that you want to have in your life? You got to first make that proper sacrifice so you can have it. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.